Welcome to the world of mixing. It's exciting you're here, ready to dive into the heart of music production. Mixing is where the magic happens, turning raw recordings into polished tracks. The mixing console can seem intimidating at first, but trust me, it's like learning a new instrument. Each knob and slider has a purpose, and with time, you'll master them. With practice, it becomes an extension of your creativity. You'll find yourself making adjustments intuitively, shaping the sound to match your vision. In this guide, we'll break down the basics of using a mixing console, making it clear and easy to understand. We'll demystify the process step by step. We'll cover everything step by step, from understanding the layout to creating your first mix. You'll learn how each section of the console contributes to the overall sound. Think of the console as the control center of your sonic universe. It's where you'll bring all the elements of your track together. It's where you'll shape and mold individual tracks, blending them together into a cohesive and powerful final product. The console is your tool for creating balance and harmony. Whether you're working with a full band recording or electronic music production, the principles remain the same. The techniques you'll learn are versatile and adaptable. Don't worry if you're starting with a smaller, more compact mixer. Even the simplest setups can produce amazing results. The core concepts apply across the board, from entry-level to professional consoles. Understanding these fundamentals will serve you well, no matter the gear you use. What's important is to grasp the fundamentals and begin experimenting. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. So, are you ready to transform your tracks? Let's get started. Your journey into mixing begins now, and the possibilities are endless. Before we start pushing buttons, let's get familiar with the mixing console's landscape. Understanding the layout is crucial for efficient and effective mixing. Each channel strip on the console represents a single track or audio source. Think of each strip as an individual lane in a multi-lane highway, each carrying its own unique audio signal. At the top, you'll typically find the input gain knob. This is your first point of contact for setting the initial volume level of a signal coming into the console. Proper gain staging here is essential to avoid unwanted noise or distortion. Moving down the channel, you'll encounter the equalizer or EQ section. Think of EQ as your tone shaping tool, allowing you to boost or cut specific frequencies to clean up your sound. This is where you can sculpt the tonal character of each track. Below the EQ, you'll likely find auxiliary settings, often labeled aux. These are like volume knobs that send a copy of your signal to separate effects processors or monitors. They are essential for adding reverb, delay, or sending a mix to a performer's headphones. Next up is the fader, your main volume control for each channel. Use this to set the relative loudness of each instrument or vocal in your mix. Smooth fader movements can make a big difference in the dynamics of your mix. The pan knob, usually located near the fader, allows you to position the sound within the stereo image from left to right. Panning helps create a sense of space and dimension in your mix. Finally, keep an eye on the meters, usually at the far right of the console or sometimes integrated into each channel. These visual displays show you the signal level of your mix. They help you avoid distortion and ensure a balanced output. Monitoring these levels is key to maintaining audio quality throughout your project. Now that you have a grasp of the console layout, let's connect your audio sources. Understanding the layout is just the first step. The real magic happens when you start connecting and configuring your equipment. Start by powering on the console. It's crucial to do this before turning on any connected equipment like speakers or amplifiers to avoid potentially damaging pops and surges. This simple step can save your gear from unnecessary wear and tear. Most consoles have a dedicated phantom power button, often with a plus 48 volts label. This is essential for condenser microphones, which require this extra voltage to operate. Without it, these mics won't function properly. Always double-check your microphone specifications before engaging phantom power, as dynamic microphones don't need it and can be damaged if it's accidentally left on. This small step can prevent costly mistakes. With the console powered up, connect your microphones to the XLR inputs on the back of the console using XLR cables. These cables are designed to provide a balanced connection, reducing noise and interference. For instruments like keyboards or electric guitars, You'll typically use quarter-inch instrument cables, plugging them into the inputs labeled line-in or sometimes DI. These inputs are specifically designed to handle the signal levels from instruments. Before you start playing or singing, it's crucial to zero out the board. This means bringing all faders down to their lowest point, setting pan knobs to the center, and ensuring all EQ and auxiliary send knobs are at their neutral positions. This step ensures that you start with a clean and balanced setup. This creates a clean slate and prevents unexpected jumps in volume when you engage a channel. By taking the time to zero out the board, you set yourself up for a smoother and more controlled mixing experience.